Hello everybody, and welcome back to another fantastic show on Disney Plus, or just another regular Oger review. Today we are going to be looking at my holy grail, one of my favorite figures of all time, and the figure that I've been looking for ever since November. That would be the Black Series Mandalorian. He is a good figure. He is a fantastic figure. And, I bought the Mandalorian and I saw the child, or Baby Yoda, and I'm like, might as well buy them both. So today, we're going to be reviewing the Black Series Child and the Black Series Mandalorian. And, well, strap yourselves in, because it's going to be a very, very positive review. So let's just move Mandalorian out of the way and get to the child. So, here we have the child, with all of his very, very small accessories. Here he is with the one-eyed space frog. Space frog does not look bad. Bringing him in for a closer look, he has one black dot for the eye, and the sculpting is really good. You can see the webbed feet, the hands, no tail, which kind of threw me off at first, but I looked back at the show, and it is right, he does not have a tail. Nice darker green for the a dark green lightly put on top of his back and on his head. You could kind of see the mouth right there. Yeah. He does not hold it. He cannot hold the space frog very well. But, yeah, let's just get to the other accessories. 1 minute. Now, let's take a close look at the control, the little knob for a control on Mandalorian's spaceship. I forgot what it's called in the show. Focus. God, oh shit, oh no. Okay, let's just forget about the tweezers. I have a carpet, so I'm very stressed about losing this. As you can see, it is very, very small, but it has a line in here, and it has kind of like a hole where it would be screwed, where it would be, screwed on onto the knob would be screwed on onto the lever in the ship. So, nice detail right there. If I can do this, the child can hold it. Give me a sec, I'll just do that real quick. Here he is holding the little knob. Very, very small. This is just my fingernail. So, yeah. It's very, very small. But it does fit in scale, so I'll have to give Hasbro credit for that. Very carefully putting that back down. You have his little bone soup bowl from the famous meme and everything. From episode 4, I believe. Which was the introduction of Cara Dune, I think. I still need the Cara Dune figure. But here he is holding the bowl. He's like, "Please, sir, may I have some more bone soup?" It does not look bad. It has a little rounded edge at the bottom, like it did in the show. And they are really good at scale with this. So, there's obviously nothing in it. It's just an empty bowl, so just put that down. And what's very cool is that it comes with this clear case. Just want to put the knob in the small hole, him back down there, and the bowl in there. Close it up, and had a little suitcase, the size of the child, actually. So, yeah, I'm just going to set these off to the side, and let's take a look at the child himself. So here he is. Does look like Yoda, obviously, because it's one of the only other species of Yoda known in the Star Wars universe. So he has these large ears. You could barely see him, but he has gray hairs on top, and they continue on to the ears. Looking closely, you can see brown with a black dot in the center. For the eyes, his little nose, little mouth, bunched up right here, around here. This is a separate piece, but it's glued in. A ball joint at the arms, and his little feetsies. So for articulation, it is not much at all, because, well, obviously he's the child. He looks up about that far, down about that far, side, full 360, a little bit of tilt. Ball joint at the arm, ball joint at the wrist, and ball joint at the feet. So overall, this child is, I would not say worth what I paid, which I paid $25, but it would be worth $10, I'd say. Now let's get into size comparisons. Here he is with Igor and Optimus Prime. So really, if I used to think Igor was actually pretty big, but Baby Yoda is actually pretty big too, because he's actually taller than Igor. But I digress. Now let's get into the Mandalorian. So here is the Mandalorian. This figure is amazing. I'm kind of wanting to get the more silver towards the end of the series armor Mandalorian, but honestly, this is perfectly fine for me. He looks great. He feels great. He's a great quality. He comes with his main weapons, and he just reminds me of him in the character, and himself in the show. So let's get up close for some detail, and then accessories. So having the Mandalorian up close, you can see his helmet is definitely Mandalorian style. Has a nice kind of brown wash to it, kind of like rust. I think this is the Beskar helmet. I cannot remember in the show if it is or isn't. Very Mandalorian-esque. Have these nice side little buttons and bobs right here. Nice detail, kind of like vents. And then this line coming up here to the visor. The cheeks are inverted. Coming down, you have this strap right here that has this holster and everything. Has I think these are the plasma grenades. I'm not thermal detonators. I'm not completely sure. His nice chest plate with some silver on it. Sand Trooper with some battle damage on it. Brown right here. His gauntlet. His more Sand Trooper armor on the hands. More brown armor, Sand Trooper armor, Sand Trooper armor. I cannot remember. But, yeah, this detail is on point on this guy. Even on the back. Have a little spit scuff right there and everything. So, he looks really, really good. Now, let's get into accessories. So, here is his shock rifle? I cannot remember the name of this, but I remember in the first episode it fought off a monster, and it did a lot of damage, but he barely used it. It has some really good detail. You can see the scope right here. It's casted in this kind of grayish plastic, but they have some dark silver right here, and for the handle, it's some brown. If you can see, I have beige right there. That is just because slipping it in and in and out of Mandalorian's hand. The glove paint kind of wore off on the handle, but other than that, this is a beautiful, beautiful weapon. And here is his blaster, just his regular pistol blaster. Has this nice detail barrel right here, the sight right here, a lot of detail, a lot of gun detail. Handle is done in a black, while this is in silver, and it looks really good for a pistol. So yeah, there is a way you can store both of these, and I'll show it to you. So here he is with all of his weapons stored up on him. The blaster obviously has its own hilt, and you can plug the rifle into his back, but you barely touch him and it falls off. I'm not sure if that's just on mine, or if it's like the paint on here clogging it up, but it kinda really sucks. Anyway, I'll show both of these weapons in his hand, and then let's get to articulation, size comparisons, and then final thoughts. So here he is with his pistol in hand. This hand specifically has the trigger hand, or finger, and it has the roll of the dice joint, so it's good for gunslingers like Mandalorian. So now let's get into articulation. There is there is a ball joint down in the neck and right here, so you can get a lot of movement out of it. Look up that far, down that far, hella tilt, hella tilt. Kind of butterfly joint right there, very limited though. Arms do rotate, come out about that far. Bicep swivel at the elbow. Single jointed elbow goes up a little past 90. On this hand, as previously mentioned, just a regular joint. On this hand, it's the roll of the dice. Ball joint right here, crunch that far back, and that side to side can kick up only about that far due to the armor. Only about that far back. Spread, better than some Spider-Mans. Thigh swivel, double knee joint, cannot kick his own ass. And hit ankle rocker, and up and down. Now, let's get into my final thoughts. So, final thoughts on this set is, I love it so much. It's not really a set, he comes separately, but just Baby Yoda in general, he is a good figure for $10, not worth $25, which I paid for him, but there's great detail, great paint, great everything. Sculpting on the robe is fantastic, and the accessories he comes with are perfect for Mandalorian Season 1. Mandalorian himself, hands down, one of my favorite figures, if not my favorite figure, next to Earthrise Optimus Prime of the year. He's just so good, his articulation, his detail, his everything. I got him for $30, which is better than $60 to $50 that I found on eBay. He's just so good, and I still kind of want the Beskar armor version, but at the same time, I have this one. Why would I want that one? I digress. He's a good figure, good detail. One complaint is the cape, but I'm fine with it for now. Might be getting a cloth one, but you never know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'd have to rate Baby Yoda 5 Space Frogs out of 10, and I'd have to put Mandalorian at the highest of this series, which is a 10 out of 10 Beskar. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, comment, oh, I liked it, send your death threats, and, see ya. Peace. Peace.